Hi everyone!
Hello!
We've got a new series coming!
Yeah, as you can see from the picture behind us.
It's a Pokemon Black and White Egglocke!
Yay! I'm sure none of you was able to guess that. Because we've already done Black and White 2, we're doing it on Pokemon Black and White 1 because it's possibly the only game that we haven't done in PairOfExiles yet.
Yeah, I may have done it on my channel, but you know, that wasn't even, you know, forget that I did it on my channel. We're going to do it here as a team on a co-op. Well, not as a team, you know, versus each other as a co-op. And this video is pretty much because we want you guys to send in your Pokemon eggs to us.
Yeah, so for any of you who don't know how Pokemon Egglocke actually works, it's quite similar to a Nuzlocke in the way that if a Pokemon dies you have to box it or stop using it. Pokemon have to be nicknamed, so on and so forth, as you regularly know. But instead of when you catch a new Pokemon on the route, if you catch it, you can exchange it for an egg that you guys can send us.
Yep, so it'll be a random Pokemon, but it'll be picked by you guys. We won't know whose egg we're getting or what Pokemon will be in the egg, but you guys get to send them in to us. Unlawful will go through that in a bit with you of how to send the eggs in. We're going to set it up by email. That is PairOfExiles@hotmail.com.
We'll have that come up on the screen and it'll be in the description as well.
It will, but that'll be where you'll be sending your eggs. But we will like to ask, as you're sending your eggs, we'll be playing different versions of the game, so you will need to look at whose version you need to send to for what game. We'll put that in the description below. So when you send it, please send your files. Just send an email, but please label whose egg is whose. Right, this is Exile's egg, Unlawful Exile's egg, or if you're sending one to both games, still list out the games, but just say for both. But because obviously we're playing different versions, so different egg files will need to go onto the correct version of the games. So just make it clear on what you're sending.
Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoy this series. We wanted a bit more interaction with you guys, and now you guys get to be especially part of our teams. You even get to nickname the Pokemon for us. We do
Please be nice.
we do ask that a few things with the eggs. No legendaries in eggs. Only Pokemon that can actually be hatched from eggs. I don't want anyone sending in Charizards because it should technically be a Charmander. And we ask that when you give it moves, we ask that they are legal moves. I don't want to use Charmander again. I don't want a Charmander with Water Gun. We ask that it's all legal, it's all proper, because otherwise it's just going to take the fun away from the actual game.
Yeah, if we do find what we call an illegal Pokemon in our game, we will be taking it out and not using it.
Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoy this series and stick around to figure out how to send us eggs, which I will walk you through pretty soon. Okay everyone, so let me show you exactly how to send us an egg. First things first, you're going to need to download the Pokemon program that you're going to need for it. It's called Pokegen. I'm sure loads of you have heard of it before. It's going to come from a website that looks just like this, projectpokemon.org. You can just search Pokegen in Google, it'll be the first one that comes up. It'll download as a RAR file. You need to extract it as on WinRAR to your desktop or to a Pokegen folder or whatever you want. Anyway, when you've done that, open up your folder or wherever it is, double click the application and you should get a program that opens up like this. Go File, Open, and wherever you saved our save file or the save file of my one or Miss Exile's one or both of ours, whichever one you want to send the egg to, open it up. I'm just going to use White 2 for now because I've just got it there, and you'll get something that sort of looks like this. It won't be exactly the same because Miss Exile has more Pokemon on White 2 obviously. So let's get to exactly what you want to know, how to send us a Pokemon. First things first, pick who you want to send us. So, gonna pick Abra for now because he's a Pokemon that can be hatched from an egg, not like a legendary or someone who has evolved like Alakazam here for instance. Has to be a Pokemon that can be hatched from an egg. You give it any nickname you want. I'm just gonna call mine Psy because it's the Psy Pokemon or whatever. The nickname will stay with it hopefully when we import the eggs. Nature, you give it any nature you want. I'm just going to give it Gentle for now. Held item, don't bother with giving it a held item because it's in an egg so it won't get it anyway. Happiness, just keep it 0. Ability, you have to give it the ability that it would have. If it can have more than one ability, you can pick one. If you don't know which ability the Pokemon has, you can look it up on Bulbapedia. If you just type in Bulbapedia in Google, it'll come up. go in the search bar here, type in the Pokemon you want to send us, and it will come up with all of the stats of all the Pokemon you need for it. So once you put in the ability, I'm not going to put one in for now just because I don't need to. The next important thing is, leave all this as it is. The most important thing is, check egg at the bottom. If you don't check egg, it's not going to come to us as an egg. It will come as a regular Pokemon, and then we can't use it. And if we can't use it, then, well, your Pokemon's not going to get picked. Here at the bottom you can choose if it's male or female, that doesn't really matter. You can give us a shiny if you want, not that it matters again. Okay, really quick guys, I forgot to put a bit in. Once you've done all this bit on the first screen, before you go onto the Met screen, when you put in your Pokemon type and the nature, and you leave the happiness and you check it as an egg, click the little F at the top here, go on search, click on the one that comes up, and then click OK. That's very, very important. Make sure you do that, okay? Alright, now back to the rest of it. Met, keep that as whatever it is. It'll probably be on black one or white one, or whichever one you're putting the game onto. Location, you just put it as anything you want. I put a battle challenge, why not? Ball, doesn't really matter, just keep it as that. Change the level to 1. Don't know why it's on 2, but just change it to Pokemon level 1. Keep that as egg, keep that the same. Stats, keep them the same, doesn't really matter what stats they are, just keep it as impartial as you can. Attacks, this is the next one. If you go on Bulbapedia again, I'm not going to open up again because there's no reason to. Scroll down at the bottom, it'll come up saying something about moves. You just have to look up the moves the Pokemon would have at level 1. Don't give it the moves it would have at level 5 like I was thinking of doing earlier. Give it the ones it would have at level 1. So I'm pretty sure Abra would only have Teleport. You can type in the moves or you can pick it from the drop down menu. You can also give it a move that it can learn through breeding. That's also on the Bulbapedia website. But please don't give the Pokemon any moves that it cannot learn at level 1 or through breeding. If you give it any illegal moves, we will not use it. And just keep this the same. So once you've done all that, you right click on an empty box spot and click set. And there's your egg. Your egg is highlighted in blue. Look at it, bouncing around all happy. Once you've done that, go on File, Save As, and then click Save. I'm not going to do that now because that'll save over the White 2 save file that we're not finished with yet. Once you've saved it, send it back to us at PairOfExiles@hotmail.com. Make sure you put in who the egg is for. So if the egg is for Mrs. Exile, say this egg is for Mrs. Exile. If the egg is for me, say this egg is for Unlawful Exile. If you've got the patience to do this on 2 different save files for white and black and you want to send both of us an egg, just say here's an egg for each of you. Make sure you tell us who it is because it will speed up the whole process a lot, so because we have to put eggs on 2 different games, so it's going to take a while as it is. And we hope you send us some good Pokemon. So we'll see you in a bit guys.